still Good Morning Anambra show, and we're delighted to welcome you to where we talk about issues that as it affects us as a people. Merry Christmas to you. We have celebrated Christmas the 25th and 26th of December, but here we are still basking in the euphoria of the celebration. My name is Nonye Nwokoye, and we have in the studio this morning Kanayo Obidibo, a public affairs analyst, to look at the topic that says 2024 Yuletide, the family, society, and Christmas. You're welcome to the show. And we'd like to welcome Kanayo Obidibo to the studios of Good Morning Anambra. You're welcome, sir.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you for having me. And in advance, I wish you Happy New Year.
All right. Now, the Christmas has come and gone. Obidibo, could you please let us know how it was celebrated in your community? Oka, Eka.
Yeah, there's one thing in Nigeria, let me put it this way, because the circumstances that we have faced in this country is a terrible situation. But above all, you see people's, resilient in trying to, take care of the ugly situation. Ugly situation in the sense that the cost of living, the cost of transportation from one point to the other has so gone up. We have not and never experienced the kind of hardship at the end of any year. I'm going back from now to when we had independence. But now, people went through hell. But I don't know the kind of,
the spirit of Christmas.
Spirit this time. We were told that we were made from mud, we were made from this, we were made. But I don't know what God actually made Nigerians with. Nigerians are made with, oh my God. God, I think God had a special day out of the 7 days to create Nigeria. It's only Nigerians. Oh, yes. Because if you see what they are going through, no country in history goes through this kind of situation and still remain. And the irony is that they so much believe in God. We are so religious about the whole situation. We believe that it must change, and we look forward to it to change, and it keep rising, the cost of rice. And you know what rice means is sacrosanct with Christmas. It's rice. And that rice went over the roof. But people you can see smile on their face. If, Christmas, that family is not actually celebrating Akoko. That is the least. And not to talk of the goat, the ram, the cow, and the rest of them, or turkey. But I can tell you that one average cow, a cock or whatever, or fowl, it costs a salary of someone who is a family breadwinner. So how can he go all about using his salary for the month of December to actually provide chicken for the children? Because we adults, we could manage, but what of the children? So this is one Christmas that people actually sacrificed a lot just to celebrate it. And what I'm saying is that it is written all over the places. You can imagine that when you get into the market, a ball of onions is 500 naira. And I remember this year that I bought what they call penta of onion in Lokoja for 1,300. Today, that onion is sold for 12,000. You can see the astronomical, change in commodity. And you know that a country that is not food sufficient, doesn't have food security, is in danger. So
despite the challenges, it was well celebrated.
It was, when we do have low key, but this is below low key.
This year's celebration is below low key.
It's below the low key level.
Okay, now let's look at the family and Christmas, then society, of course. And when we talk about Christmas, it's like the Christmas is actually happening before the actual day, you know, with the preparations of buying things and buy so many things, food stuff, especially food stuff, you know, and you must get things for these children. If not, I don't know how they are going to say it, which is what Christmas is known for. When your child will say, I want this, I want that. For some children that have actually learned what they need or what they want. So what do you think are the impact on the family and the society?
I have observed that even our kids have adapted to the situation.
To the situation.
Oh, that is where I am going. Even the kids have adapted to the situation. The mom and dad will say, we don't have money, you have to, you know, dry clean this and put it on. And there's something I observed. I don't see children moving around going to visit relations as they used to be. I didn't see them at all, which means that everybody is on his own. Mom and dad were able to tell their children the hardship is universal. So don't go nowhere. Whatever we provide here, we manage. Or where you see them mostly is going to church. They go to church, unlike in the good old days where you see children between the hours of 4, 5, moving from, you know, one family
house to the
other, visiting family members and visiting relations. It doesn't. I didn't see it. I didn't observe it this time around. I live on the road, and I know it used to be a very festive mood that people will come out to look at you know, returnees. Actually, Anambra State, with all that is being said, we have good record of returnees, mostly from America and Europe. I was so amazed that I went to a function and saw a lot of people. I said, so I was actually impressed that people are now starting to live, you know, live by the situation and thinking that it will improve. And our prayers is it must improve. If it improves, it's going to be improved in that. But where I am hitting on is that the hardship is on economic level, that we are not so, food sufficient. There is little. I mean, there is even little money, person, chasing little goods. It's not the inflation. They will talk about inflation, but nobody even earns that money, and there is scarcity of that food commodities. So, how people cope is another case study. We must look into it and find out how were they able to cope with this present day thing in Nigeria, and with all factors of insecurity. People are moving around.
And do you agree with me that there are some families that this is their best time, economically wise? I don't know whether you noticed that, because I come from Enugu and I saw what happened during the Christmas, or what is still happening, it's still going on. You know, a lot of people are taking titles here and there. You know, a lot of people are, you see how gorgeously dressed some people look and everything, and you know, even some people were discussing behind me that they said this is Tinubu's time, but you don't notice it around here. So do you see that there are some families that this is their good time?
Well, let me tell you, you know, I was listening to TVC program, and what came up was the Igbo man or Southeasterners' attitude towards this festival period. That this is a period the Igbo man from the Southeast does not joke with. It is a time for family reunion. So obviously, with the hardship, they were serving for the period. And then they have been able to manage their little resources to show up in their various villages. And this title taken is not only peculiar in Ya, home in Wuku. From the 13th of December in Oka, there's a title we initiate young men into. We call it Aja. It's the stepping stone to the big masquerade also. I can tell you that this year recorded the highest number of high chiefs.
Despite the
People,
hardship.
yes.
Despite the
Yes.
hardship.
Even at a very exorbitant cost. Yeah, we have it in segments, within the 7 sub-clans of Oka. Those sub-clans has their different expenses that runs into millions. And young men, I think in Anambra State, we have more red cap chiefs in Oka than any other community, as I can tell you. Not the other title, the Aja title members in Oka has run into like 5,000 members. Yeah. Even they have formed a group that they call Soja Aja, which means the energetic young men in the group. The elderly people are the advisors and everything. And it has become another insurance in our community. That in some sections where they share money that was being put together by the new entrants. Some people got 100,000, some people got 50,000, some people got 20,000. In my own little clan, a big clan, but we had about only 20 or 38 entrants that initiated themselves. I got 20,000. So you can imagine. So and it's not so. And this is a title I took several years ago. So people are now trying to see it as an insurance.
Okay.
And it is done within the year, but mostly Christmas time. And people came back. And not only that, those who did not come back from America or Britain or anywhere or Germany sent money for them to be initiated in absentia. Okay. So it is a welcome development. It makes the town, the activities of this town look like we are in a festival mood. But at the same time, hunger is written on faces of people. No, you can't take it away.
All right. There are some things. You talk about family and Igbo people with what they have with Christmas, this celebration and all whatnot. There are some situations or, in fact, the prices of transportation from Lagos, for instance, rose up to 70,000 naira, which that's the much I heard about public transportation from Lagos to the east during this festive period. And of course, there was one Sienna that unfortunately, ran into the bush or something, and it was carrying just children, right. And their grandmother was in front. So their grandmother died at the spot, but the kids survived, but they had wounds, and you can hear their wailing. So there's in the spirit of coming home to celebrate Christmas. And now, the cost of transportation, before Christmas, it was around 35,000 naira, between 25, 35, depending on the vehicle that you bought. But it rose up to 70. And people were still buying tickets to come home. Look at flight tickets, flight ticket rose to 200 and something, just one way, and not a return ticket and all whatnot. So you see all these things going on. And very soon we'll be talking about children going back to school. So what are all these? What are the impact or the effects it's going to have on the family and, of course, the society at large?
That is where we don't have a good government.
Really?
Yeah. That is an area our government has not actually done anything in transportation. Other countries, we are not talking of trying to subsidize transportation. We are talking of providing. Why wouldn't we have a rail line from Lagos to Onitsha? Why wouldn't we have a rail line to Aba, Umuahia? Other countries are networked with good rail lines, and that makes it cheaper. You see? So, and then that makes the cost of transportation to be permanent. It will not give all these Shylock transporters opportunity to exploit the situation. Look at it. Gasoline has not gone up, PMS, and still we are having this astronomical increase in transport fare. It is man-made. It is Nigerian. Government has no control. So, and if you if you want the luxury of traveling by air, that is up to you. But let government provide transportation rail. Every other country has a rail system. Every other country except Nigeria, down this way, and it's not good. We are talking of improving the economy. Transport system between Lagos, Onitsha, Aba, Owerri, it is a money-spinning venture for the government. Do that road. Why are we political about it? Why wouldn't we have a rail line? And from Lagos to Onitsha has one of the best terrain, unlike going from Ido Terminal to Kanran Amoda and Nguru. Oh, yes. But why would they not have done it all this while? We don't know. Now you want to do a road, a superhighway from Sokoto to Badagry with about 7 or 13 trillion. You want to do a coastal line from Lagos to Calabar, and you know how much, 15 trillion. But those areas, yes, they are not as viable as doing a rail line from Lagos to Onitsha. If you do a rail line from Lagos to Onitsha, a fast train, a speed train that from Onitsha to Lagos will take only 2 hours. That is it. And we don't want to bring in the Chinese counterparts that are all experts. If you go to all those countries, they have rail line. Even now, between Sweden and Denmark, there is a rail line that is tunneled between the two countries under 15 minutes. A journey that would have taken them on high sea and then flow, but now they did a rail line with a bridge, and to the middle of the sea, there's a tunnel to cross to the other side of the world. So, and the Chinese are doing wonders. You know, they have healing places. There are bridges that are like 20, 30-story building in a forest. Network is not that it's a single bridge. So, and they have done it and commissioned it, and this project does not take them 5 years to commission. And we are oil-rich country. We have all the money in the world, but we have not been able to do monumental project that will outlive the present-day politicians.
All right, now let's look at, you know, Christmas, I say, is a time of love, it's a time of sharing, like you can see on the screen, you know, people sharing among themselves, families come together to eat together, and so many things. And I don't know what percentage you give to the Igbos when it comes to giving out things during Christmas period, though we had some ugly situation, you know, that happened in Okija. You know, we commiserate with the families. But over the years, this has been a culture. So how would you rate the Igbo man or Igbo woman when it comes to love and giving gifts to people during Christmas period? I even realized this time that it's not just the downtrodden that get the gifts.
You see, it has been the cultural custom of an Igbo man. I can say one adage in my Oka local parlance. Iteshikul nobu alomona akolon. The Apula came up with a better version. You see, so with all this in place and knowing an Igbo man that actually believe in, you know, family ties and values, it has been our culture to, during the Christmas, and the unfortunate thing that happened is because of not actually managing crowd. And I can tell you that that crowd is as a result of hardship. Before now, we used to have such crowd. But okay, makabara rice 10 cups can be the work it. Can of all now, but 10 cups of rice is the beer self-contentment. But in actual fact, people are hungry. Rice, as one of the commonest commodities, is not available. If it is available, it's expensive. A bag of rice, I went over to buy a bag of rice, locally produced rice, for 73,000. A bag of 50 kg. I went last 2 Sundays. So what I'm trying to say is that somebody who is on a salary of 70,000, okay? Okay. Salary of 70,000. How does he buy a bag of rice? How does he even buy a bag of rice? So when they now say, not only in Igbo land, you saw what happened. Don't you see the crowd in Babylon, Tinubu's residence? Was it not a shame that people were clustered around the presidential avenue to beg for arms? It does not go well for this country. It does not show that this country is actually. Okay, for instance, in Canada, there was a palliative to be shared for 1,000 persons. 15,000 people came out. At the end of the day, only 2,000 were able to get the palliative, but there was no stampede. In Canada, it happened. So what I'm trying to say is that management of crowd was our bane in what happened. But this time around, I want to tell you that there are individuals who actually, like I was listening to, is it Obo or so, either chief of staff or somebody,
okay.
Who said he was going to give scholarship for 200 persons. They were burying their mother. And governor sent the message to them, said, celebrate our people, our grandmothers, our fathers, when they are alive. Celebrate them alive, not when they are dead. So the Iberis do celebrate. They are dropping off all farming or working utensils. We keep it. So you are now retired at 80. Obosi na we eat obo. When you eat obo, it is assumed that you are not going to do any other work. So you will be celebrated on that occasion. So to me, the celebration and the giving of alms, yes, the houses do give alms. It's one of their prayer points as a Muslim, that you must give alms. So we do give alms. And since it is a Christmas time when people are expected to come back home, and somebody who felt that he has been blessed over the years, said, let me give some percentage. After all, in the Bible, 10% was given to the family of, I'm not good in religion anyway, but at the same time, people are expected to give out alms, give palliative, give charity, and that is an able man for you. We are our brother's keeper. That is why from time immemorial we have this boy apprenticeship, or to help ourselves to grow. And it has worked out in Otu Onitsha. It has worked out in the Newu, Ihala market. These are major markets. Kulobia, Oga. You find people who have gone through apprenticeship, and today they are all Ogas. And they are bringing more apprentices. So we are growing. And those are the things that Igbo man does to sustain themselves, having not been accepted in Nigeria in anything, whether we like it or not. I'm happy that some Yorubas, like Farah to me, they are speaking for us. Some Hausas are speaking for us now. That I remember what I came in.
All right. Now, Christmas. A lot of lessons are embedded in Christmas celebrations. Just like we've talked about sharing, and there is love actually embedded in Christmas celebration. You can feel joy in the air during Christmas period. Do you really think we've lived out these expectations as a family or in our societies when we talk about the spirit of Christmas, the love that we share in Christmas, the joy that comes with it, do you think we have lived out that expectations?
Yeah, I would say that the Igbo man, 90% of Igbos are Christians. I know Christmas is a doctrine from the Christianity that this is the birth of Christ. Why I say 90% is that they are in the majority. And that majority actually professes the living God and try to imbibe the teachings of Christ. Okay? And I can tell you that really Christmas has actually moderated the behavior and attitude of we Nigerians, and particularly the Igbos. It is a festival that from a little boy of 6 years knows about it.
6 years is too much.
Let me just put it that way. Now, you go to Christmas. You go to Christmas. What's she thinking about? She's now talking about a festival. She doesn't even know the meaning. But once it is Christmas, it's Christmas. So, from childhood, we were cultured into the celebration of Christmas in Igbo land. I would say that I started celebrating Christmas in Igbo land. That's where I saw it as a child growing up. So, and so very a lot of persons. And you can even imagine that people are bringing their children back home. It is a wonderful experience that having stayed in Lagos for Abuja or Kano or Kaduna or Enugu for 11 months, at the 12th month, at the end of the 12th month, you say, Kainawo no Christmas. And what did the Yorubas were saying? That the economy of Lagos drops at this time. The economy of Lagos drops at this point in time. You know why? The roads are empty. The young men are playing soccer on the road of Lagos because the Igbos have all gone home. We have all traders have all gone home. Yes, until on the 3rd, we can now start seeing people, the returnees, going back to their base to start off their businesses. So, Igbo man, among all Nigerians, are the tribe that observe Christmas more than any other tribe.
Really?
Yes. Ask question, you will see.
I thought it's just Christians.
No, Igbo man. You know, decisions are made, town union meetings, Otuobo, age grade, women groups. You see what I'm saying? So this period of time is a period of time decisions are being taken in different communities, and the project for the new year, 2025, is being structured so that they will have what they are looking forward to achieve in the next couple of years. And this time of year is even the year where some villages are looking into their road infrastructure that has been harassed by the past rainy season and trying to do some palliatives. So it is a time for a good reflection on how to survive in the following years. So to me, an Igbo man looks forward to that period of time, and without minding whether he is on leave, on annual leave or not, he still finds himself and then find a way of coming back home.
All right. All right. We are still basking in the euphoria of Christmas celebrations. And this morning we are talking about the family, the society, and Christmas celebrations with Kanayo Obidibo in the studio. At this point, we take a very short break. The program returns after now. Do join us again.
So for the aspect of this increase in price of Christmas, now that Christmas is coming now, I think there are things that are not increased. Even the buying of clothes, something we used to buy on a very cheaper rate now is now increasing because of this Christmas. Even in times of light issues like NEPA, like they're not bringing lights like before, and even they started increasing the price for the NEPA bills. Like what we used to pay like maybe 2,000 before, now we pay, it's now increased to 5,000 naira. So I think all that also is also amounted to the economies that we have now because of Christmas. So now people are now increasing their markets, everything. They'll be telling us that, oh, it's because of Christmas that we're increasing our market. We have to increase it because of the Christmas, and everything is now expensive. You go to the markets now, you're buying things that you buy for like 3 times, you buy it just one. So I think everything now is now increasing because of this Christmas, and also the economy is changing every day by day.
We thank God. We will manage. We can try try best as we can to celebrate this Christmas. That's all. It's affecting my shopping. Maybe the bag of rice is too much. I can't afford the bag of rice, but I can manage half bag of rice for the Xmas. No matter what, I'll celebrate it. Yeah.
And one year you are funny. I know na bunu ka na ma ka si abo. Etu ọ na anya anyị nie Christmas na akpụdebe. Anyị na-agbagharị na-agba mbọ. Ọ bụ na anyị na-agbavu mbọ ofu n'oge gara aga. Banyere etu ihe ụbọchị si wee kwụrụ kịta na etu isi ike si wee debe niile. Anyị emegwo mba anyị na-agba. Ọ bụ na ofu ka ọ da anyị mee na ọ dị olu ili. Ka ha wee nwee ike ime gịnị isokwudo, nwee ike ime ihe ndị anyị kwesịrị ime. Maka na ụmụazị eri na osikapa anyị egolo na akwa ekeresimesi. Ihe na akọ ya adọghị ebe anyị na etu onu anya si wee dị anyị enelili ya na etu onu si wee dị anyị agbalịrị mbọ fụ na ihe kwesịrị ime na-eme ya bikos na ọ bụ na nchọburu igote ise enwere m ike si ka ngote ịnọ mana ọ bụ ya bụ na anyị egote ọsịchacha maka anyị agbalịrị ncha ma ọ bụ n'eku.
I don't know how I'm going to compare it or the word that I'm going to use to compare it. Because one, I've never experienced this type of hardship since I was born. This is the hardest time, hardest period. Most especially in the Christmas period. Just look at me. Look at how I'm walking around. Fuel, I have vehicle, but there's no fuel. Not that I don't have money to fuel the vehicle, but if you fuel it now, in the next minutes, you will be called to come here, go there. By the time that you finish up with maybe what you have to do on your own, there will be no fuel again. Another one is food. There is nothing you can do in this world without food. If not for anything, at least drink tea and bread, maybe one slice. It's very hard. Nobody can achieve that. Nobody can make it now in terms of food. And our brothers that are out there, they don't even care. They are there developing other people's country, other people's state, I mean to say. But we, in Anambra State now, we have enough landmarks that can contain whatever they have there. But none of them cares to come back. We are very, very hungry. Even at this point in time, this festive period, we are very hungry.
All right, I love the spirit of one woman that spoke there, that no matter the hardship, she must celebrate Christmas. I don't know whether you heard her speak, you know, and that's the spirit of an average person that loves Christmas celebration. We've gone to the field and felt the pulse of those masses and what they actually had to tell us about spending Christmas in hard time. Now, I don't know what you have to say concerning, you know, the situation we find ourselves in. And of course, that lady that spoke said, whatever the challenge, no matter the hardship, that she must celebrate Christmas. And there's something I told somebody. I said, no, you didn't do Christmas. You know, if you can comment on that before we go on.
Well, that is why I said earlier that I am yet to research into how God created the Igbos. Because the kind of spirit we have, survivorship spirit, that is what is actually driving an Igbo man or Igbo woman or Igbo children. We have that surviving spirit that we must survive. And other Nigerians have seen it. That even after the end of the war, with nothing, we came back to Nigeria and we survived. And that spirit is sustained over the years till date. So for that woman to say, Christmas, which is that spirit in her. And I can tell you that it is universal among the Igbos. Hardship, but we have developed such a thick skin to absorb the harsh economy of this country as it touches the human life. And you see our children too, being schooled, being taught, being groomed, being oriented into the same hardship. So that that's it. So that sustains us over the years, keeps sustaining us. That's why we are proud to beat our chest that an Igbo man is not a beggar. We don't beg.
An Igbo man is not a beggar.
Yes.
Now you can see the picture of families, dining together. And this happened a lot this Christmas in our various families. What does this say, or what's the impact of this when families come together to eat together, to share things together?
I use one adage in my local village. It says that so when you start to set up a tripod and put your pot of whatever and add this and add that, people will congregate. The omonna, the family, the kindred will sit together and share from the pot. So the Oyibos that we saw, you saw them place tables. Presently we do place tables. It gives some good sense of unity, good sense of brotherhood, good sense of oneness, good sense of love. Yeah, so that is what it has portrayed in Igbo culture, that we can always come together and feast.
Okay, now this is obtainable in our society, but we will not, look away the other side, that with the situation we have found ourselves in today, with so many families where there are no longer that unity, the love is no longer there. I don't know the message you have to pass across to such people, because a lot of families today are in disarray. Yes. That's a fact. And this thing is no longer happening there. So what do we have to tell them
so
in
now,
times like
now
this?
The Bible injunction says, when you are having your harvest, your offering, and you are quarreling with your brother or sister, but even at that point of altar, take it back home, go and settle. So because we are all celebrating Christmas and Christians, let us apply that to our individual lives. My friend in America, she's always telling me to let go. Let it go. So when you let go, you offload yourself. You really look forward to another good level. So I am pleading that most time in Christmas is a time to settle quarrels, family, yes. So it will be a good thing that every family that has issues will look forward to Christmas, look forward to Easter, look forward to New Year, and then come back together and then settle. We get more for being united than being divided. So my appeal is that chairman of all these kindred, their family, because we have developed a situation where we have chairmen that actually take charge. So those chairmen, those women leaders should be able to put programs in place for settlement, for unity, for progress and development, because that's in Ebi Funayade, Eba Fukudo.
All right, now we talk about settling of disputes, and I don't know, the society we live in today is somehow where elders no longer, we look up to elders as people that will always say the truth, no matter whose ox is God, you know. But today, most families or most kindred, you see elders that they actually know what is the truth. But when it comes to settling dispute, they would choose to take sides or whatever. I don't know, what do you have to say about that? Because a lot of things are going on in our various communities now. And these days, you look for elders to come and settle, you don't see the elders around. Or you don't see them, but they can't give justice, just like what we are seeing in our secular society.
Yes, it is very important and very critical that whoever becomes an elder in any community, and then he is looked upon to be the Catholics, no, then he chooses not to. Maka in Igbo, na anadogoma ulundinze, and I still see it playing out. Anadogoma ulundinze. If you look at the justice system, you can see. That was why Pharaoh to me is suffering the way. There are people who knows the truth, who doesn't want to say the truth. And because of that, justice suffers. So I am appealing to we Igbos that since we have challenges in all other states of the Federation, and when we come back home and start to create tension, create challenges, create problems among us, then it means that we will not cope to fight the fight out there. So I am appealing that the earlier all families believe that unity is progress in whatever they are doing, they should be able to ensure that their families are always in very peaceful condition. It does not help us to divide, to quarrel, to bear malice, acrimonies, and all that amongst our brethren, amongst our cousins, nephews, among our community. You see two different communities raising machete, dragging land. We all know, since the capital value of land in every community is something else. So you see that we have lost lives where people are actually dragging the boundary of a particular land. And in some cases, I will advise government, any community that commits murder, that kills because of a land, they should acquire it. They should lose it to the government so that other communities will learn. It is a very good measure to make sure that we live in peace and we can sit by ourselves and say, this is the boundary. Take this, I take that. So to me, it is an issue for all Igbo people to look into.
All right. Now, Christmas celebration, we've talked about what it should be. But you will agree that there are some people that do not celebrate Christmas the way it should. You know, talking about people that go into criminal activities, you know, people that go into kidnapping and all whatnot in the name of Christmas celebration, people that do evil in the name of Christmas celebration. Now, what's the best way to go about Christmas celebration in our families and, of course, in our society? You know, we can see pockets of what happened during this period, and we believe that as the government is working to enthrone security, tight security in the state, that it's going to work out as they plan. But for the meantime, what do we say? What's the best way we would have celebrated this Christmas?
You see, because Christmas is an individual thing, and government is there to protect life and property. We have problem in this country. The governor of the state is, you know, his hands are tied. He is supposed to be the chief security officer. The CP is supposed to report to him, but it is the other way around. Insecurity is caused by human beings, known within every community. They are not invading us from other states. It is within Anambra State. So what I'm trying to say is that in all 12s, there must be Judases. And as a result of that, government will keep, being on their toes to arrest the situation, because they are devising several means of trying to beat the government to it. Even when the CCTV is working, that's an issue at our Ota community. They were having a meeting in a church, Catholic church. But the clever priest was able to install CCTV. So the two guys that came with a different vehicle hovering until they picked up a Highlander, and then we are captured on that CCTV. So it's trending now. So I'm happy. It was a good one. I helped to share it. It happened day before yesterday. So what I'm trying to say is that there are elements, hoodlums, who have refused to toe the line of sincerity. Okay? Since they have refused to toe the line of being good boys, the government should be able to, clamp down on them, just like they do overseas. My problem is that when they are caught, before you know it, they are out there in the street. In overseas, if you are caught as a criminal, first offender, second offender, you will be given a substantial time to remain behind bars. They will take you out of the society for us to breathe. So, and that is how it should be. We have enough, we will say the prisons are so stuffed up. No, government should improve on those custody, the correction centers, and make sure that whoever is caught, this want of evidence when somebody stole somebody's car and he was caught. What evidence are you still waiting? Magistrate and judges, please, sentence him. 6 years imprisonment. If he's 30, he will come out at 36. He is now trying to become an adult, a good adult, with some good sense of reasoning. So, and that is what they do. If somebody kills, put him, give him a life sentence. If he's 40, he comes out at 80. He's useless. So that is how the Europeans have been able to manage crime. Not that there's no crime. There is terrible crime overseas, I have witnessed, but because they have a very strong and enduring penal system.
All right, quickly, in 1 second, do you think Christmas have really united families and society more than ever? Can you tell us quickly?
Yes,
before we
it does. It does, because you can see the feeling, the air, the aura, the joy, the festivity, the razzmatazz. You can see it that Christmas celebration brings more joy to our communities than any other thing. So because it is encompassing both Christians, both non-Christians celebrate it. It's not like Manolo Christmas. All
right, you can go on and on, but that's the much time could allow us to take on 2024 Yuletide, the family, society, and Christmas. And of course, it's been established here that Christmas unites, brings families together, and of course that makes for a better growth for the society. On that note, I would like to thank you so much, Kanayo Obidibo, for your time on Good Morning Anambra show today. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And
happy Christmas and more prosperous New Year.
All right, and that's it on Good Morning Anambra for today. Would like to appreciate you in no small measure for watching today's episode. My name is Nonye Nwokoye, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2025. Is a bye from here.